Now here is one that's going to make all my libertarian subscribers froth at the mouth. Court bans man with low IQ from having sex. A man with low IQ has been banned from having sex by a High Court judge who admitted the case raised questions about civil liberties and personal autonomy. Kind of by throwing them out the fucking window. Jesus. Like, this is an old one. Like, this is an old one, but someone made this for me, and, like, 2011, I realise it's old, but I had no idea that this happened. The 41-year-old had been in a relationship with a man who got that in the wrong bit there. The 41-year-old had been in a relationship with a man whom he lived with and told officials, "It would make me feel happy for it to continue." He's in a loving relationship and he feels happy. But his local council decided his vigorous sex drive was inappropriate. Well, it kind of depends, you know. If you're being all horned up out in public, then yeah, okay. But I mean, if it's in the privacy of his own home, then it's like nobody's fucking business except him and whoever he's fucking. I mean, if it's in your own home and it's consensual and the person is of the legal age, then who cares? And that with an IQ of 48 and a moderate learning disability, so not severe, moderate, he did not understand what he was doing. A psychiatrist involved in the case even tried to prevent the man being given sexual education on the grounds that it would leave him confused. Like, Jesus, they're basically just saying that this guy is too retarded to learn. That's, I will admit, okay, with an IQ of 48, that does kind of make you a little bit retarded. Mr. Justice Mawson said that the case was legally, intellectually, and morally complex, as sex is one of the most basic human functions, and the court must tread especially carefully when the state tries to curtail it. It's like, how about not curtailing rights at all? You know, people, like, see when it comes to, doesn't matter if it's a gay relationship, a lesbian relationship, an interracial relationship, if both people, or all parties, several parties, you know, if you're a player, are all consenting adults, then it's nobody's business. What the fuck? But he agreed that the man, known only as Alan, horny retarded Alan, should not be allowed to have sex with anyone on the grounds that he did not have the mental capacity to understand the health risks associated with his actions. Well, I mean, if the man knows how to fuck, then a little bit of sexual education, just saying, wear a condom. Just wear a condom. Make sure your partner also wears a condom. This is fucking weird. This is like basic shit. Under the judge's order, the man is now subject to close supervision by the local authority that provides his accommodation in order to ensure he does not break the highly unusual order. Well, what are they going to do? Are they going to sit in his bedroom at night and watch him sitting there like, don't fuck. Don't you dare fuck. Don't you dare fuck, horny Alan. You just sit there. You just go to sleep. You just go to sleep, Alan. You leave that booty alone. Illegal. They're going to arrest if he rolls over and just sort of... I mean, I do that to my wife all the time, where I'll just sort of roll over at night and give that butt cheek a little squeeze just because I'm in the mood. You know, if he rolls over and squeezes the butt cheek, is that 10 years hard labour? The judge concluded, I therefore make a declaration that at the present time, Alan does not have the capacity to consent to and engage in sexual relations. Now this actually is a complicated one, because the problem is, see, as far as children, underage children, can't consent because they do not understand what they're doing. But I mean, it depends on Alan's age, because I mean, years and years and years of experience. Like, the man might be in his 40s, even with a low IQ, you know, his years and years of experience have probably helped him grasp a lot of things. Like, you know, children haven't been alive long enough, even though they have a... I would go as far as to say that small children probably have a higher IQ than Alan, right? But children don't have years of actually being alive and life experience. Alan does. So it is a fucking weird case, and I'm like, see when I hear the court, see when I hear the state is coming in and interfering in sexual relationships of adults, like that kind of pisses me off. But basically, How stupid is Alan? I mean, an IQ of 48 is pretty stupid. But I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I would need to meet Alan. I think even if I did meet him, I couldn't justify the state interfering in the sex life of an adult. Like, how old is he? Did it even say how old he is? He's 41, right? Okay, nah. No. They should fuck off. They should fuck off. In such circumstances, it is agreed that the present regime, very good word for it, for Alan's supervision and for the prevention of future sexual activity is in his best interests. We're going to make sure this guy doesn't get laid. It's in his best interests. Imagine, he's not even an incel. He's not even a volcel. He's a... What is the word for this new one? Where the state forces you to be celibate. Is it like... He is a bureaucel for bureaucracy. He's a bureaucratic celibate. He's a bureaucel. It is the latest controversial case to come before the Court of Protection, a little-known authority whose proceedings are held behind closed doors. I've heard some sinister shit about these guys, by the way. They can rule on extreme stuff about your life. Under the Mental Capacity Act 2005, its judges have the power to make life or death decisions for people deemed to lack the intelligence to make them for themselves, such as ordering that they undergo surgery, have forced abortions, have life support switched off, or be forced to use contraception. These judges have the power of life and death. The comment section for this video is going to be full of really fucking angry libertarians. Oh, they're going to be mad. In the latest case, the man known as Alan was described as sociable and presented as an able man, but who was seriously challenged in all aspects of his mental functionality. He lived in a home provided by the council where he developed a sexual relationship by a man called Kieran by the court. The courts have obviously looked at this and realised that it was a consensual relationship. Alan was also accused of making lewd gestures at children in a dentist surgery and on a bus. Oh, shit. Alan, no. Bad day. Alan needs a state-appointed tard wrangler. Oh, Jesus. Although no police action was taken, probably because he is a bit mentally fucked up. In June 2009, the Town Hall began court proceedings to restrict his contact with Kieran on the grounds that he lacked mental capacity, and an interim order was made to that effect. Since then, Alan has been subjected to close supervision to prevent any further sexual activity in his part, except when he is alone in his bedroom. Wait a minute, is someone actually with him all the time? I was just joking. That sounds like someone's permanently with him. However, he told representatives of the official solicitor who acts in the Court of Protection to tell the judge, "I want to kiss them again." That's actually made me feel kind of sad. Mr. Justice Mostyn highlighted the fact that the court cannot prevent people from merely making unwise decisions, and that a simple test can be carried out to see if a person is capable of consenting to sex based on the act itself rather than the proposed partner. The judge said it requires an understanding and awareness of the mechanics of the act, that there are health risks involved, and the sex between a man and a woman may lead to pregnancy. Wasn't it a man he was fucking? Like, these are things that you could try and explain to him. Like, he can't, if he's learned to have sex, then surely he can learn this stuff. I mean, did they even try? Like, in fact, no, they didn't. They said that sex education might leave him confused, so it sounds like they didn't even try. They should have, at the very least, tried to explain it to him. He said that the psychiatrist thought Alan believed that babies were delivered by a stork or found under a bush, and that sex could give you spots or measles. Right, see that last one? That means he understands. He understands, okay, it's not exactly correct, but spots or measles, kind of correct. Kind of correct. You could class herpes as that. right? All you need to do is say to him, Alan, yes, Alan, they can actually give you spots or measles. So what you need to do is you need to wear this condom, and you won't get the spots or measles. And there you go. There you go. Why am I advocating so hard for a retard to get booty? Like, fucking hell. On that basis, the judge ruled that Alan did not have the capacity to consent to sex, but also ordered that the council should provide him with sex education in the hope that he thereby gains that capacity. I'm going to have a look and see if I can find if eventually Alan was allowed to have sex. It's just like, again, like I was saying earlier about the kids are underage, don't know the consent, and they also don't have the years of life experience on top of that. Alan, although very, very low IQ, has the years of life experience on top of that, and also it kind of sounds that due to the unusually high sex drive comment that he must know what he's doing. You know, if a lot of people are banging him, then the man must know what he's doing, right? So I would like to find out what happened. I would like to, because you see, basically banning low IQ people from breeding and having sex, kind of sounds very Nazi Germany, doesn't it? That just kind of seems like a little secret court in our country ruled in favour of eugenics.